Welcome back, people, to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Project, a project where I'm trying to make a playable deck for every character that has ever made an appearance in any media of Yu-Gi-Oh! Franchise, either anime, manga, or book. The decks are to be constructed according to these 6 on-screen rules. As promised, this is the part 2 of Jim Crocodile Cook special, and in this video I will cover his manga deck and its construction. I'll skip his character traits, as I have already discussed them in the episode 6 of the series. In the manga, he plays an Alligator deck, a deck which reflects his weird attraction to oversized lizards. This deck is somehow similar to his anime deck, as they both rely on locking opponent out of special summons, but the decks differ in the method how they do it, as the Fossil deck is more based on monster effect lock, and Alligator deck is more reliant on trap stun effects. But the decks do differ heavily on type of summon mechanic they mostly use, as the Fossil deck relies heavily on fusion monsters, and his Alligator deck relies heavily on tribute summoning. This deck seemed to me at first quite incompetent, but turned out to be quite annoying and powerful because it locks opponent out of special summons and negates their effects very proficiently, and that makes most of the opponents quit. Before we head to the deck profile, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments which character do you want to see next. Firstly, we are playing 3 copies of Asian Lizard Warrior, which serves as a target to be summoned with Unexpected Die or Reptia X. I have considered replacing it with Toon Alligator or Crocodilus because they visually fit better in the deck, but I found out that both of those cards were actually played by other characters, and that disqualifies their eligibility in the deck, so out they go. Then 3 copies of Dark Alligator, which serves as a substitute boss monster for Tyrant Neptune, which was banned some 5 years ago. The Dark Alligator is actually not that bad, as it can generate tokens and can float into other reptiles when it is destroyed. Then 3 copies of Spawn Alligator, which Jim plays and is a very average tribute monster for 2011. 3 copies of Lion Alligator to deal a lot of damage, especially more against defensive decks. 3 Kage Tokages for XYZ plays and Link plays. And then finally 3 copies of Reptia Egg, which is the best monster in the deck as it can swarm the board and cannot be destroyed by battle. 3 copies of Unexpected Die to summon Ancient Lizard Warriors. 1 Magic Planter to dispose of any continuous traps which would hinder us. 3 copies of Card Advance for an additional tribute summon and setup effect for Pot of Prosperity. 3 copies of Pot of Prosperity to draw the cards we need. Then 2 copies of Storming Mirror Force to protect Reptia Eggs. 3 Impermanences to stop our opponent from making insane boards. 3 copies of Summon Limit to slow down our opponent. 2 copies of Lose One Turn to slow down the opponent even further. And finally 2 copies of Rivalry of the Warlords to round up the main deck. You can also substitute 1 copy of Rivalry with another copy of Lose One Turn according to your preferences. Then 1 Zeus, just for potential board wipe, 1 Vespenato for battle effect and potential monster effect reborn, 1 Giga XYZ monster because it is a reptile, 1 King of the Feral Imps for searching, 1 Tornado Dragon to deal with the back row, 1 Exiton to wipe the board, 1 Emerald to recycle the Gabberet, 1 Dugares for utility effects, 1 New Alien Link monster because it is awesome, 1 Nightmare Phoenix to pop back row, 1 Alien M-Frame for potential synergy with the new alien boss monster, then 1 Cerberus to pop some monsters, then 2 Reptilian Echidna for search effect and attack reduction, and finally 1 Link Spider for unexpected die combos. That would be everything for the deck recipe, so let's see the deck in action.